Hey, everybody. My name's Brent Stone, and this is the Wednesday webinar. So excited to be here today. I've got a good buddy of mine who we've just gotten to know each other over the last few weeks, and it has been really a privilege and an honor. So, real quick before he says anything, I want to tell you this. I have in the post that I created to promote my friend Cosimo here that he has helped over 25,000 people worldwide. Actually, he said he needs to update his website because it's now over 60,000 people worldwide. He travels all over the world talking to people about this very interesting investment, because that's the theme today, is interesting investments of the Wednesday webinar. But this is probably one of the most interesting investments you can make in yourself. So with that, Cosimo, I'm going to turn it over to you. Please take it away, and thank you so much for being here.
Oh, thank you, Brent. This is so much fun, and yes, we connected so easy with Brent, guys. I mean, Brent is very easy guy to talk to, and so first of all, I'm very happy to be here. And yes, actually, by seeing the numbers of all the people we helped so far is over 60,000. It's so amazing because investing in yourself is the most important thing you can do in your life. So now let me tell you, my name is Cosimo. I'm the co-founder and co-creator of Genius in 21 Days US. And so just to give you a background on this, so basically years ago, I'm Italian. You notice that my accent, it's not that American. And it's not for sure from New York. It's Italian accent. And and so years ago, I was in Italy, and we developed this method, this program that now is around the world, and I'm so blessed about it. So there was a company called Amos years ago in Italy. This company, their primary goal was to test people's characteristics, so brain characteristics, and determining based on their blocks their future. So based on their blocks, they were telling them their future in life. And so they didn't never disclosed the results for 20 years. So they were testing people in this test about their learning skills, their reading skills, organizational skills, productivity skills, relation skills. I mean, like there were so many skills that they were testing people on. After 20 years, they opened those results. There were two things that were like incredible. I would say actually two things there. One is sad, and the other one is very scary. So in the beginning, the sad part is that for 20 years, they knew those people were blocked and they never gave them a solution to get out of those blocks. And the scary part was that they were 99% right of what those people were able to create in their life. So job they had, career they had income they had, lifestyle they had, just based on their learning blocks they studied and tested 20 years before. So what we did is we collaborated with the company, and so we used their test to become a connecting ring between blocks and solutions. And so after thousands of hours spent with scientists and over 60,000 happy customers in the world, now we can determine a customized, precise method on people's brains. So every brain learns in a different way. So you can't use the same techniques. You have to have specific and customized techniques. And so to each block, we can associate technique, block technique, block technique. And so you can start reading 4 times faster, retaining, let's say, 10 times more, or becoming 100 times more productive and focused in anything you're doing. So that's the beginning.
That's the beginning. Well, here's the thing. Cosimo has actually done some assessments on me, and I'm an analytical visual. I got to take notes on this stuff because I've started the process of learning a lot of this stuff about this particular cognitive style that I have. It's already just some of the surface level things that I've gone through have been, I would say, transformative. There's going to be other people with different cognitive styles watching this. So, I mean, what do you say to those people? Because obviously, you know how to communicate with me right off the bat. So there's other people watching this, I'm sure, that are going to be interested in knowing what they are and, what does that look like?
Absolutely. So this was fascinating to me the first time we developed it. And so one thing that I want to tell you is this is good for adults, kids. You can do this with your family. You can do this with your professional partners. You can do, I mean, brain. Everyone can get a brain. Everyone has a brain. So in this case, you can use it. So the first thing, last time I told you, Brent, you're analytical and visual. I mean, there are different cognitive styles, and mainly we use for, in this case, we are global versus analytical, visual versus verbal. So global, what does it mean? Global is a person that likes having the big picture and then going to details. An analytical person is a person that likes having all the details under control to see a big picture. Now you understand those two people communicating and learning are totally different, totally different, and they can have different feelings about learning and communicating each other. And so then we have visual and verbal. Visual people, they like metaphors, images, and they want to get to the experience, okay? Verbal people, they are more like logic. So they like the logic behind it. They want to understand the why and what works and all of that. So now, how is this important to you and to your business? Well, those cognitive styles can prevent you to achieve, it's scary how precise is this, but it can basically be 400 times less productive than you are right now by using those cognitive styles ineffectively. And so by using those cognitive styles in a wrong way. But you can be 400 times more productive if you can use them good in the right way. First of all, you have to understand what they are. Now, let me give you an example. In an organization for a professional, okay, a global visual person, so let's combine them. So in I would say blocks that you can experience is they miss details, for example. They have to go back and check on things. Second, they are very to the point. And so many analytical people are going to think, oh, I want to know more about it, but it's not getting to the point. And so I'm getting to the point, but I'm not giving you enough details. And so this can create a conflict between them. Or global people, they like things done immediately. And so they become very impatient. They become sometimes impulsive in making decisions. And so this makes them feel like sometimes regretting what they did before. And they felt sometimes not understood by co-workers because they tend to be very entrepreneurial and starting multiple things at the same time, okay? Then let's go to analytical visual people like you, Brent. Brent, actually, blocks you can experience in this case are different. First, you can become exhausted by trying to do everything. The other thing is you may start multiple things at the same time, trying to close all of them at once, but then there is not enough time to finish. So the main point of your block would be distractions and then also procrastination. An analytical verbal person, usually when you organize the time, they get stuck in too many details. So what happens is they become in the overthinking part. They get into the overanalyzing something, and they feel like I'm not going ahead, and so they get super frustrated. They are highly intelligent, very smart, even if they don't say so, but they are. And so now what happens is they like systems. They want to enhance their intelligence. And so now what happens is when they get stuck into the learning method they are using, so they start feeling they are not good enough. And so then we go to the last one, global verbal people. So as I said, global, big picture, verbal means logic. So these usually are people that feel like getting to the money. I would say money because, for example, there are people they like proof. So in other words, there are people that like saying, okay, this is everything good, but what's the proof? And what is the logic behind it? And so how can I do this? So they don't want to have so many details, but they just want to have proof to understand the details later. It's really interesting when you're getting to all those cognitive styles because all of those people organize and achieve results in a totally different way. And when you have people in front of you, they are that way, you can't understand their brain. You may lose in effectiveness when you're communicating. Your brain starts judging easily. And so your brain shuts down on solutions, or you may feel overthinking because this person is not understanding what you're talking about. So that's why there is a method. And so once you customize a method on a person, you can unblock the person in front of you. Second, make this person 400% more productive than it is, and you become more effective in anything you're doing. So it's so much fun investing in yourself because it's a return on investment. What if I tell you right off the bat that you can get 400% ROI? Would you do it? Yes. Would you invest everything you have in order to do 400% ROI right now? Yes. It's in your brain. It's in your brain, and it's so much fun in doing it. And I want to say it's fun, and I will conclude with this because in school, they associated us that learning and knowing about the brain and all of that, it's so boring because repeating over and over, it's not a method. And so they associated you after many years that learning and do things, it can be boring. Well, it can be boring for your brain if you don't have the right method. So by understanding that if you're global or analytical or visual or verbal, helps you to understand how does my brain likes learning? How does my brain likes organizing? How does my brain likes comprehending things? And after you answer those questions, then you can hack your brain, find a system that makes yourself free. It will be able for you to connect with more people. And at the same time, of course, you're making more money. Of course, you're being more productive. And of course, you're being recognized as a leader because now you can lead yourself towards results. So that's to conclude it. We don't hear you, Brent. You're muted.
I'm muted. I was just saying that that's so good.
No worries.
That's so good. No, that's awesome. Well, hey, so as we kind of like go through that explanation, and people like probably will want to watch this more than once just so they can really digest it. At least, that's how I am. I like to go through things just so I can really unpack stuff. Do you feel like that there's anything that I know you've done you speak on stages in front of thousands of people. So, I mean, you do this and it's probably one of the, easiest things for you to just jump on a call and talk with me. But, is there anything else that you'd like to leave people with, maybe that, as we get kind of close to that, not wrapping up quite yet, but we're just getting ready to kind of get to that phase of the call. Is there anything you want to share that would be really tactical for people if they wanted to either A, get in touch with you, obviously, but B, that, they could maybe start doing on their own or anything like that, to where they could just start, trying to move in the direction of getting excited about the possibilities? Because when we first talked, I was like, man, if this is possible, like I told you, I feel like, there's been certain things in my past where I've almost like condemned myself to just being a slow learner or this or that or whatever. No, it was just because I didn't have a learning method in place on how to really teach my brain the way that it functions. And I can learn so much faster with the right method. Is there anything, I've said a lot there. Is there anything you want to tell people that they can maybe start off with, or anything you want to leave people with that they could, chew on?
Yes, absolutely. So, I mean, there are different things that I can say. First of all, understand how your brain likes learning. So if you're global, most of all, you have to understand when I am learning something, would you like to get to the big picture of it? Or I like more details about it to understand the big picture. If you're visual, trying to understand examples when you are learning something, so that helps your brain to understand the big picture or the details at the same time. And if you're verbal, don't be scared of asking questions. I mean, most verbal people are not. They usually ask many questions. But keep asking because your brain needs those questions. So the most important thing is stop judging the way you think you should be and use the way your brain likes. That's the first thing. The second thing is, we have so many people that can talk to you about your brain. I mean, I have a team of people that can talk to you about your brain. I will be more than willing to do it for you and have fun with your brain. We can do this thanks to you, Brent. So, and if I talk to you, I will tell you right after, like 30 seconds, what your brain likes, and you're going to be blown away. This will be a priceless experience you can never have one-to-one with me or with one of my team of mentors.
It's true, because you have a bunch of people that work for you that you've trained over the last 2 decades or whatnot that do this professionally. But what you're saying is that if people reach out through the link that we have in the comments, it's actually on your calendar, not someone else at your business, but it's actually with Cosimo. Not like, hey, if I book on this link, I'm going to go and talk to someone else. It's actually you're gonna get to see his smiling face on the other end of the camera. That's amazing.
Yes. First of all, I'm doing this just for you, Brent, because yeah, I'm very busy. But I would say I love people. I love connecting with them. I love the fact they can understand more about themselves and be empowered by it. So, and that's what I would say. I mean, you can also drop my direct line in my office in the comments, or in the comments, or in the post you're going to do with this
Yeah.
video. But I really, guys, I want to see you. I want to see your brain, and let's have fun together. Let's be more productive. Let's connect with more people. Let's impact the world. Let's be leaders in your life. The choice is really yours, in understanding more about yourself. And I want to conclude this meeting, because I know the time also is almost up, with a story. First of all,
Yeah.
I have thousands of stories about my students, people that can learn Spanish in a month. And we were saying, if you want to learn Spanish in a month, if you are not fluent after 30 days, we give you the money back. So we were no brainer, like, come. Or like people that expanded their business abroad, people that were able to automate their business thanks to mind maps and other techniques based on their brain. People that were speaking Chinese after 60 days. People that, I mean, guys, I can tell you stories after stories. If you go on my website, you can see them. On Google, you can see them. And they're in different languages. So Spanish, Italian, English. And I mean, for now, yeah, we have also some other languages, but they are rare, because we are now currently in 5 different countries. And so what I would say is that my favorite story, it's to conclude this meeting, is Thomas' story. And so let me tell you. So Thomas was coming back from school with a letter that his teacher gave it to him, and the teacher said, give this to your mom. So the mom opened the letter. She was really touched by the words, and she almost started crying. So she was really crying at some point. She read the letter with emotions out loud to his son, and the letter said, "Dear parent, your son is a genius. We don't have enough knowledge to educate him properly. We don't want him to come back anymore to our school for this reason, so we suggest a special homeschooling." Years passed by, and Thomas, after designing 1092 inventions, which among those there was the light bulb, he became very famous and rich. His mom passed away when she was 61, and so he was going through family stuff and like his mom's whole desk, and he found this letter folded in a hidden corner of this like desk. And he opened the letter, and the letter said, "Dear parent, your son is very slow in learning. We think it's due to a mental retardation. We don't want him to come back to our school because we can't educate him. We suggest a special needs school." Now, besides the story can be true or no, I would say to you that in this story, there are two things that made me think. The first one is how much the judgment of someone in early age, also later, can influence our destiny and can influence our results in our life. But the second thing is the real hero of this story, it's not Thomas Edison. The real hero of this story is his mom, because
That's
his
right.
mom has one most important thing, that it's just a story. We can change it. I want people to free from their jails about what they can do, what they cannot do with their brain. I want them to experience that when you tap into your real potential and you have techniques to do it, learning a language in a month, it's really possible. Scaling your business is really possible. Having 100% ROI is really possible, because it's everything between your ears. It's your brain. You have it. And so let's use it and let's invest in it.
Awesome. That's so good. Hey, everybody, thank you so much for tuning in. And Cosimo, thank you for being here with us. So excited about this opportunity. This isn't the last thing we're doing for people that are watching and listening, Cosimo and myself, but this is definitely something that you want to take advantage of, this limited offer, so to speak, with him, to be able to book directly with him. Again, he has a team of people that usually handle people and businesses bringing staff and institutions and whatnot coming into their program. He's actually offering his personal calendar. So book on that link. And he's also going to give me his number, which I will also post in the comments. That's his direct phone number at his desk. And it is a incredible opportunity. So Cosimo, thank you so much for being so generous with your time and generous with allowing people to reach out to you directly. And with that, everybody, until next time, we'll see you soon.
See you soon. And it's been a pleasure.
Thank you.